And we have a tubeless front tire for the KTM.
Sick.
Yeah. Welcome back to another video, YouTube. Today we're going to be attempting something that I haven't seen done before, but we're going to see if it works. We're working on the KTM here, and the front tire, I got a new one here. Constantly likes to go flat because tubes are trash. So we're going to be attempting to make this rim tubeless and running the dirt tire on it. And if it works, then eventually when I get a new rear tire, we'll do it to the rear as well. So we're going to attempt this and see if it holds air and see if it leaks and just see what happens. See how it rides, and if it's no good, then we can take it back apart and put a tube in it. So we're gonna try this today. So the first thing I have to do is I have to clean this rim out inside here as best I can. To get rid of all this rust, I'm gonna wire brush all these things, clean them up really good. So that way everything will seal up nicely. So we got the whole inside of the rim wire brushed. All the spokes and all the rust mostly taken out and everything. So I'm gonna wash it really good with soapy water and some degreaser and stuff. And I'm gonna wipe it down, brake clean after that. And then we'll be ready to start sealing it up. Alright, got it all washed. Looking nice and clean in the center there. That's what we want, because this is where the adhesive is gonna go. Like, seal it all up is in the center dip here. So that's looking good. So now we're gonna let the rim dry, and then we'll brake clean it and wipe it, and then we'll let it off gas, and then we'll be able to start taping it up. So I put the rim back on the bike, so that way I can spin it and it'll stay where it's supposed to. So now I'm gonna go around with some brake cleaner and paper towel and get the inner side here nice and clean around all the spokes, so I can start putting the individual patches I have that go on top of each nipple here for the spokes to help them be able to spin even after you seal it. So I'll show you those, and then we'll do that, and we'll go around the whole rim with that. Trying to get any kind of oils and grease and dirt off of this. All the nature's bad. We want the tape to stick as good as it can. So these are the three things we're going to use to seal the rim. These are the little round patches. I don't know if you can see them on camera, the shiny parts there, the little tiny like mail stamp stickers or something. Got them off of Amazon. I'll link them. This is industrial grade, like super strong adhesive. It's super sticky. It's just insane. I'll link this as well. This is quite expensive. Most expensive tape I've ever bought. And then this is a billet valve stem that fits into your stock size holes here, so you don't have to drill them out. Because normally valve stems that seal, you have to drill out because they're so much bigger than your standard tubes valve stem is. But these ones you do not, so I can link these as well, and then you can pick some of these up if you ever want to try this on your pit bike, dirt bike, whatever. Alright, so now that's off gas, I'm going to go around and install all these little sticky circles here. Alright, so I got all of them taped up now. I'll have one little round stamp tape thing on each one all the way around. So next up, you get the industrial tape here, and we're gonna go all the way around with this. You want it to get nice and smushed all the way around each spoke. You don't want to really smush it to the spoke, but around each one. And you don't want to have it coming up over here on your sidewall, because that's where your tire seats. So you really want to have it stop right around in here, so that way you have room for your tire to slide on and seat good, and the tape won't interfere. It won't mess up with the tape either. So we're gonna go around and try to do that all the way around. Get it to seat really nicely all the way around, nice and smooth, and smush down and seal. We'll go from there. Alright, so we got the whole thing covered in a layer of the tape all the way down, all the way around. So now I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna get like just a wrench and use the round side and mash it all down really good all the way around. Make sure it's sealed all the way around the rim, and then we'll have to cut out our hole for our valve stem. So I put the valve stem in, and I got the tire on. I'm gonna try to inflate it and see the bead and see what happens. We'll see. I couldn't use both gaskets on the valve stem because it's not, the threads aren't long enough for how thick the aluminum rim is. So we'll see if it seals. Both beads seated instantly, but it's leaking out the valve stem around the seam here. I had that feeling. Oh wait, might just be coming out of this. Let me tighten that. Alrighty, it's seated, it's holding there so far. I'm gonna let it sit overnight and see if it's flat when we come back out tomorrow morning. If it's not, then I think we might be good. And we have a tubeless front tire for the KTM.
That's it.
Yeah. Alright, so I came back today and the tire was deflated almost all the way. Had a little bit of air in it, but so that means it has a small leak somewhere. So I took soapy water and sprayed around the whole thing and found where it was leaking. And I put a little blue dot on this spoke here, because it's coming out the center of this spoke. All the spokes seal except for that one. So I'm gonna take the tire back off. I'm gonna angle my valve stem forward a little bit, so that way it gets better clearance. And I'm gonna try to seal up that spoke a little better, put the tire back on, and then we'll try it again. And after that, I think it should work, because right now, it holds PSI for a long time. It took almost 24 hours for it to go flat. So it took a long time, but it's definitely a leak and definitely want to get it fixed so that way it'll seal perfect. But I think this should work. It seems to be working so far, besides that little hiccup right there, but that's nothing to be too worried about, I don't think. Obviously, the real test will be when we take it to an actual ATV dirt bike park again and ride it and see how it does. But so far, seems like it's gonna work. All right, so I just got the tire back on, resealed it, angled my valve stem. I'm gonna try to inflate it again, see if it holds air, and then test for leaks. So we'll see what happens.
So we have the KTM out now, and it appears to be holding air on the second try.
Yup, I got the tire seated, it's holding air. It's currently at 30 PSI.
A little bit higher, but
yeah. Just to make sure that the bead stays seated, and we'll keep testing it and lowering the PSI to see how low we can go before it de-beads. And then that will tell me what,
because we have noticed,
it compares to with a tube.
Yeah, we've noticed like with the tube type tires, the bead itself is like a little softer, not as strong as a tubeless tire.
Yep. Yeah, because this tire here is actually meant to have a tube. It says it on the side. The tires on Russell's KX don't say anything about tube, so I think you can run those tubeless or tubed. And certain dirt bikes are tubeless, certain ones aren't. So it would make sense that they do make certain tires that are tubeless. So I don't know, eventually I'll probably just get a tubeless tire for the front then, and then one for the back too, and make the rear tubeless. But
it's a brand new tire, you gotta ride it a little bit, right?
Yeah, see how it is. All right, let's give it a kick.
Idle's still a little high for the mountains.
tire probably lose a little bit of air still, but... Alright, Russell's gonna give it a shot now. This thing's fast now. It runs way better. Probably lower the idle a little bit, but we need a screwdriver for that. You're not gonna get it. No, it's already destroyed. You need a flathead. It's fine for now. Also, my Go Fast Rocket came today for this thing for the back. 46 tooth, so I could install that too. Take some torque out, make it faster. Currently top speed is like 65 with the 48 on the back. But with the 46, I think it'll probably be able to do like 70 to 75, maybe even a little faster, hopefully. That'd be awesome. Because it does have a 14 tooth on the front too, instead of a 13, which is stock. Just spun the back tire like it was nothing. Thing sounds really like it's running really good now. I think it's running way better. Looks nice too. I can't wait for to get the graphics kit for it. Wait till you see the graphics kit I'm going to be getting for this thing. It's going to look awesome. Sounds like it's running really good. Even barely just touching power band, you can see where it spins, and then he gets out of it because he lets off, and then he hits it again, and it spins again, and he lets off some more, and then it spins again. This thing is pretty insane. It's a fast bike. KTM runs nice. It's super smooth too. We're just taking it easy because we have no safety gear on, and we're just testing the tire and the bike just to see how the carb's running and see how the tire's doing. So, what do you think? It runs good, doesn't it? Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. The tubeless appears to be working. I just lowered the pressure down to 20 psi. It's still holding. So I'm gonna try 15 next probably, and then see what happens. 15 is where the factory spec is supposed to be, so I don't even really have to try any lower than that. If 15 psi works, great. I could always go lower too if I want, but it looks good now. The thing rides amazing. It's ready for a serious trail ride and like actual off-roading and sending. So I'm excited. We'll do that soon. Hopefully to go down to like the Pine Barrens, New Jersey or something like that. There's a bunch of places that are like an hour or two from my house that we can go ride at. So we'll have to figure out which one we want to go to. And once we get Russell's bike running good, we'll take both of them up there and rip it again and give it a harder send next time.